Okay, I'm ready when you are.
All right. Hit it.
Welcome to the Scale Builders Guild.
How'd you still beat me? Welcome to Harley Designs.
Hey,
and the Scale.
If it's about going fast, it doesn't happen very often, so I'll take it.
Episode 69.
69, dude.
Nice.
Ah, man, I can't believe it. I hope we get to episode 420.
You're right. Well, it's here.
What
now,
happened?
We did
discuss... what happened this week?
What?
Nothing
What happened?
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Nothing new. We did talk that we were going to discuss Scalies today, but...
Oh, he's got to pull it out.
It is episode 69 for the audio users.
For all of you folks listening at home, this is YouTube. There it is, folks. It did it.
It survived.
What's that blue thing? What is that?
I don't know.
What was that?
That little guy? Don't worry about that little guy.
I got one too, but it doesn't go as fast as yours.
So it did survive.
It looks a lot more yellow there.
the front splitter is in the same condition that it was in the video. I'm telling you, the very first time that it kind of went and it got onto the one nose, it basically ground off the heads of the screws. Just like, wow.
Yeah, it went like shh.
It's I could probably unscrew. Here's the tie rod to my adjustable turnbuckles. Oh wow, that all came apart. It's very, very bent. So I am gonna fix the nose. I'll make myself a carbon fiber splitter, and
all right,
I'll remake the wing out of carbon, and then that's it. It's Are
you gonna try to go faster?
Nope.
That's it. You're done.
That's it. It's being retired.
All right, that's fair.
Maybe it'll come back one.
I noticed. Congratulations, by the way, because I know it's so shiny underneath still. That's pretty impressive. But I did notice that you were experiencing the same problems I was having, where it tends to want to go on some wheels, not all of them.
Right. The difference was at the limit of which that was happening.
Well, yeah. Well, maybe. We don't know. Because I was using the Traxxas GPS, so maybe.
My Traxxas was consistently faster than my Sky RC.
Right. Yeah, because at one point said 84.
Which I think a couple of those happened like when things got real unsettled and it like either there was some sort of significant little impact or jostle or something like that.
It may have been measuring some sort of like velocity thing instead of actual speed.
Like because those only happened on runs that had some sort of anomaly in the middle of it. It wasn't just a consistent pull through. It was when things actually got unsorted. So
interesting.
So yeah, that was it. I think that I kind of discussed in there a little bit. I cut it out of the video for the most part because it was just, it would have got way long. But if I was gonna get it, you're gonna try and take it any further, I would care less about the looks, and I would go to foam tires, and start doing some things like that. Foam tires, I think, would be the biggest one, and then from there, I would, even if I was just going to go take it out again with the same wheels and tires, I would do some big sway bars in there.
Yeah, it needs something to settle it.
Well, yeah, and I think you could see at the end when I was doing some of those little like takeoffs from a stop, that you could see the rear axle and the front axle spinning, but the middle one not.
Yeah.
But it wasn't actually the case. It was because on the other side, it was the opposite. Just because those two axles the rear axles fight each other or go opposite ways.
Crisscross.
So it would spin, and I think that's part of where the truck wants to steer itself.
Schultz over here said, take your circle cutter out, draw some balls, and send it.
Very funny.
Hey, I mean, he's not the only one. I did notice that there was somebody who commented on your video and mine who said that they got theirs up to 104 miles per hour.
They said
on video.
Their TRX6 does 104.
On video, they said.
On video.
I haven't seen it.
Like, okay.
I checked his channel.
No content.
No content. Oh, you look too?
I did. I'm like, okay, let's see. No content.
Yeah. I'm keen to see that though. So if you are watching,
it didn't happen. But you never know.
Hey.
Just saying. If I could go to Vegas today and make a wager
that you've got the fastest TRX6 in the world.
But the video was great.
That was a lot of fun. I'm glad that Schultz just goes, I think you can do 105.
Rcpc guy, you should cover it with a tan rug so it looks like the van from Dumb and Dumber. Never.
No.
It looks like that, just like it is.
Even I was going to do that with the
rockets.
I was going to do that with the
Robin,
the Reliant, but I've gone the other way.
Yep.
I'm doing this. I'm doing this car from The Simpsons. The country it was made in no longer exists.
God.
I've already got I've got the fly for the dashboard. I've already made the fly for the hood ornament.
You made that?
It's a combination of a 3D print and some styrene.
Look at you being all multi-talented.
Brent Hevner, thanks for the $5. How do I tip Schultz? Listen to this sage advice, Josh. I'll get him that money.
Yeah, that's I don't know. I was so happy with how it went already. Although every time you take it out there and it does do more, you're like, oh, I could get a little bit more out of this. I could do a little better. I'm telling you,
if you went to a foam tire with a standard width all the way across that wheel, and you put some sway bars in, and you got it a little tiny bit lower, and you put some heavier shock oil in there.
Yep.
I think, and you found a road without a crest, you'd be fine.
So that at that point where the car took off and said, I looked at it. I was just like, I looked at the time that it was actually in the air.
Yeah.
Because it was not far off the ground. It was close, but it was off the ground for a considerable amount of time.
At least a few frames.
And the length, I was just like, oh wow, that sailed for 5 or 6 feet.
Schultz said he'll drive up and help.
Yeah, perfect.
And SFL said, can he build that, but faster? It's good.
So I know. I'm just like, well, I could, do this. Good. I tell you what, the one thing that I think that you and I would have both had a much better time during the challenge if we would have both done that I did on this last run. I installed that steel spur gear after I shredded a plastic one.
Yes.
Let me tell you, in the situation for this car, being able to get into it, what more
to be able to go and get it,
be able to go and grab a bunch of whole lot of throttle,
and then be able to stop it.
To be able to stop it without worrying about shred, because that's when both of us, every time, shredded teeth trying to stop.
Yep.
It was never about trying to go. Nope. It was only trying to stop.
Yep.
And that was it was so nice. I was like, oh, that was great. So that was a nice little thing there. I didn't end up even changing the radio. I was going to.
You just left it tracksless the whole time.
And it ran great. I never ended up having a.
That's good.
The only time that I ended up with a lack of control was when the spur gear went and I couldn't stop, and I had to just.
We're gonna stick it over here.
Yeah,
and then I think Gunner that ran after it to make sure it didn't light anything on fire.
It was Bobby.
Okay.
Gunner was flying the drone. Gunner, thank you very much. He says, it's time for 8S. And then he just, the letter P and then ... You could imagine what he's trying to call me.
Yeah.
There's lots of words. There's lots of hangman options there.
Apparently some people are having some trouble with my stream. If I guess close your YouTube window and reload it. Because seems to be, I'm not getting any issues here telling me that it's wrong or anything. So,
and people are evidently watching.
Yes.
So yeah, the truck worked great though. Ended up having to put the steel spur in there. I didn't love it because it definitely kept temperatures higher. But I think that could have just been the steel on steel contact happening in there.
Yeah.
And then
you also shredded a lot less spurs that way. So,
yeah.
I mean,
so
trade-offs.
We'll see. Yeah, definitely some give and take. But I'm glad that I did it for that one. I also have no idea how long pinions would last with that because I don't know if the pinions that I'm using are hardened pinions or not. They're the ProTech ones. And whenever I ran steel spurs in the past, I always had to make sure I had, hardened pinions, which a lot are not. But yeah, I'm glad that truck did what it was supposed to do. And now it can just, I feel like I can just move on for a while.
Moving on to other things. We do have other things.
We do. We both have some things. So the Rcpc, both something we've been working on trying to get done. I ended up trying to manufacture one of the last parts that I needed last weekend.
Didn't work.
Did not go as planned.
Darn it.
It's okay. Got a backup plan. So we're all right though.
All right. Okay. So there is. So you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah, there should be. I have a backup plan on that, which I was prepared for anyway.
Okay.
So that's going to be. We're going to get to that here shortly, I hope. So
I hope so too. I'd like to get that wrapped up and out the door so I can have some space on my shelf back.
On the top shelf again.
It takes up that's 3 trucks up there I could have.
Yeah, think if your truck wasn't just the semi portion wasn't just so dinky and short. Like if you had like a full size semi, like something like a man would drive with a stretched frame rail, some stacks on it.
Quack RC, thanks for the $2. Hey man, the light kit looks awesome. Also, the TRX6. Yeah, because I've got the light kits now in basically all of these things. So the TRX6 that I rebuilt, I think we should touch on that for a moment. That was, it wasn't, but it was the same truck that got to 60.
I really wish that you would have had the frame rails handy.
I know. I don't know what I think I threw them away because I was just
you did.
I'm over this.
I think you did too, which I thought was a mistake in the first place. But I actually went back and saw your finale again, and you also replayed the impact moment in your video.
Yes.
But what an absolute just chest pounder when that thing hit that curb. No.
Wow. You know what, dude? I think actually YouTube did take, just to kind of skew this a little bit, I think YouTube took a giant poop just now because I can't even load the page.
Oh, well.
Can't even load YouTube.
Fun. Seems to be working on my side still.
Yeah, it still says that I'm streaming. It just can't open this page.
Huh.
Weird.
Well, that's fun.
I'm going to assume that we're still broadcasting.
Yeah. People seem to be commenting.
Okay.
Appropriately. So the but speaking of so yeah, the new body color looked fantastic.
Thank you.
The
That's
details
mustard.
on that thing, all around.
Where's that?
All around, just a solid piece of work there.
PS56. Did you see the winch mount?
I saw where it said winch goes here.
Yeah, that's where the winch goes.
Obviously, no winch in its place, but
don't worry about that. This is a metal fair lead, and it's a whole new bumper, and they've left room underneath, inside, so you hide the winch in there. That's where the winch goes.
I like it.
Me too.
I should put that on mine.
You can tow stuff with it.
Yeah. Quack RC, thank you, sir. Hey man, epic speed run. Hope today is stress free. That
would be nice.
I wish.
Yeah.
I wish
it was.
But it's a good day to then be ready to talk about RC, because that's what RC is the best for.
Google everything.
And Brian Sherwood, thank you, sir. Don't fret, Josh. You'll catch up to Matt's skill. If we're talking about body painting,
probably not.
That is not a race I see myself winning.
No. I think I'm going to try Edge here, because this is like Chrome all of a sudden just died on me. I kind of want to see the comments. So
yeah, well, there you go. Moose Jaw did say yours does seem to be acting up as well. So
annoying.
But yes, that is.
Oh, two-step verification. What a day. Yeah. What a day. Yes, that's me.
That seems about right. The next time you run the OMG, it should be at the Salt Flats. Phoenix,
that's not a bad idea.
Could not agree with you more. I would love to go do that just to do it in general. And I think that would be a great car for that. I just like that idea. And I think that
it might actually work better on the Salt. Get a bit smushy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's not that far from me. I've driven past. Granted, the last time I drove to the Salt Flats drove out there, got to the Salt Flats, and it was the Great Salt Lake again. The salt part was not visible.
Crumbs.
But one of these days. Otherwise, I'd have been zinging across there in the Honda.
The three-wheeler.
The three-wheeler.
Yeah. What'd they call those things? Not the ATV. They had a different word.
Oh, the Big Red.
Yeah.
I had one of those.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. Yep, sure did. Not for very long, but did.
It's far from a lake this year, said Wes.
Josh, don't you have a small puddle jumper airport near you to run the OMG? Probably. However, they're not real keen on just letting you go use runways.
No, as I found myself when I tried calling one to say hello.
Yeah, they're like, no, absolutely, that's not an option.
You want to do what? No.
ATC is what people do.
ATC. Yep. Thank you, guys.
But yeah,
all terrain.
No, and the other thing is that the whole puddle jumper airports, those runways, not necessarily like.
Oh, they're not smooth. On like a little like community runway, they're garbage.
Yeah, like you're gonna have almost any of those runways. Good luck finding one that's even close to as good as just a normal city street.
Yeah, most of these things don't scale down very well.
Right.
When you're talking about like an airport, you've got planes that are like 747s, 767s, 777s, whatever. Those are massive planes. And when they land, I can hear the dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun of like all the cement bits, all the joints in the cement.
Yeah. And if you didn't know, like that pavement can be like up to 2 feet thick. The thickness of the pavement is actually, there's a calculation for that, which I learned in airport, which I learned in my airport design. Yes, I also
Motorsport.
took airport design.
Oh,
amazing
God,
how Nicole snagged me.
Loser. Yeah.
With a resume like that.
The other one was smarter. You want to do mail call? You got mail call today?
Man, I do have a large piece, but FedEx failed me for 2 packages today.
Oh,
however,
that's too bad.
I'm going to go first.
Okay, hey, well, you go get your thing. I'm going to do a quick shout out to a friend, SoCrawl RC on Instagram. I just want to make sure that I have that right here. Yeah. SoCrawl RC. He's up in the hospital right now. He's got some pretty serious health issues. So everybody give him a little shout out in the chat there.
Bummer.
Yeah, not doing so well, but positive vibes help for sure. And we all wish Andy a speedy recovery.
Yes. Hope that hope whatever it is something that is recovered from quickly and back to
he wants to organize some crawling events, and I said, let me know what you want to do, and how I can help.
I think I've met him before.
He's from I think he's on the east end,
from up by you,
east side,
right? Yeah, he was up there for the G6 that I was at with you, I believe. Or wait, no, am I thinking of?
You're thinking of the organization.
Josh.
You're thinking of Josh. Yeah, this is this is somebody else entirely, but just wanted to give him a quick shout out and wish him well. Everybody.
So
crawl RC.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
My piece of mail for the day.
Hey, look at that.
Look at that is right.
Everybody look at Josh's screen for a second.
Isn't that, I mean, that's my boat.
Did you hear me laughing from outside there? Because that was pretty funny.
I did.
That's my boat. I also, so it's so funny that you've got a boat because I also have a boat.
Can you believe that?
What are the odds that we would both have a boat? And in fact, Josh, do you have an Impulse 32? You do. What a monster, though. I'm scared already.
We talked about this a little bit last week.
Yes, we did. So
this is it's the kind of the wildest.
I almost feel like just carrying it around like this all the time.
I don't know what to do. Like,
we're gonna jump them. We're gonna jump them. That's what we're gonna do.
I like the idea of that.
Everybody should have a boat.
These are, yeah. That's everybody should have a boat, I suppose. Have you got used to how long you have to unscrew these things before they actually come loose? Because
if I had a nickel for every time somebody asked me that.
So anyway, we talked about this a little bit last week when we showed some batteries and things like that.
Yeah.
These were sent. Did you? I have not got an email out to him yet. Did you send an email to him yet?
Of course
you
I did.
Is he
fine with a good person?
Yeah, you are.
He was like, yeah, I'm not looking. I don't need that. It's not why I did it. It's not why he did it. But he said if you want to, say my name, we could say his name. It's Mark.
Yeah. Like we talked about a little bit last week. Mark sent us an email, both of us, just as an appreciation, and said that he would like to send Matt and I something, and said, sure. That was by no means did Matt and I expect something like this.
Well, actually, what I said to respond to Mark, I said, yeah, you can send me anything. Just make sure you send me a 32-inch boat, two 3S batteries, and Kyosho Mad Van. I just random stuff.
Just random. Not. Here's my Amazon wish list, and by no means was this something.
No, I was expecting a sticker sheet or something.
Yeah. And then these. So Matt and I both got our. He sent us tracking information. Like, here's your track, and we both like looked them up, and then we were like on the chat together. Like, okay, do you see that? You see how big this box is? It weighs this much. It's like it's coming. We knew where they were coming from, and we're just like, okay. And we were just freaking stumped at what in the world these could possibly be.
Yeah.
And then these massive things showed up.
Yeah.
And it was just one of those things. He said he was appreciative of the content over the last year plus, and wanted
to give back to the channel and give us something to entertain others with. And I'm sure that we will definitely be able to do that with these things.
Yeah, because we're going to figure out something to do that would be hopefully entertaining.
Yep.
And then at the end of it, I'm going to take and transplant this power plant into a Flex Seal VS410.
I'm just going to put it in a plane. It's already got a propeller on
it. Ken White here says, can't wait to see how Matt hits a curb with a boat.
I'll find a way. Guaranteed.
These things are massive, though. 32-inch, right?
I've seen bigger.
6S. Just
you can run it on 8S. Mark told me that if you wanted to, you could run this on 8S. But I think I'm going to stick with 6. And that's why
you shouldn't have told me that now.
Well, I know.
So I could go faster than you again by just swapping batteries.
Apparently so. But that's why he got the batteries custom wrapped. Because
that
they
made
matched
a lot
the
more
boat.
Sense because black and green, yours are orange and white. Like
it's red and white, but whatever.
Is that red and white?
Yeah.
Well, you always like to call things that aren't orange and things that, So
that Bronco is orange.
That Bronco is the furthest thing from orange.
It's the furthest thing from red. Purple.
I am stoked.
Yeah, me too. I'm really, really stoked. I've always looked at boats and I've been like, I got a lot of water around me.
Well, I'm in California, so that's not necessarily the thing I have the most of currently.
Yeah,
but
you should put some tires on it. Put some wheels on it.
I guess I could go to like the big lake that covers most of the world. It's not too far from me, but
the ocean.
Yeah, there's that. But I don't think you're supposed to run these in salt water.
No, it said in the instructions, which I've already read. Unlike someone we know. Wait, this guy.
Well, you're right. I don't read instructions.
Not sure how the Toronto Public Pool is going to feel about this. Watch out, kids! Out of the way! Move!
Josh, does Folsom Lake still exist?
It's more like Folsom Pond.
Kind of. The some of the bridges and the town that were there before there was a lake there are now visible. Yeah. Pretty wild. So
Travis just said, furthest thing from orange. I sense some jealousy.
I mean, of course.
You didn't get the orange one. Anyway, this propeller, I bet you if that was going at 6S, that would take a finger off.
I don't think that it would take 6S to remove a finger with that propeller.
So scary. It's amazing that this tiny little screw is all it takes to power this gigantic boat.
Tito would like to know, but did you register it yet, Matt?
No, not yet, because it's still it hasn't been used. I haven't taken it into the water yet, but I'll give it a little register. Don't you worry.
Dale C right behind him. Has he already? Thank you, Dale C. By the way, has he already filled out and submitted his warranty paperwork? So will this motor end up in the Toybota? Dale, I was thinking as well. I think that
not a bad idea.
It could be. I mean,
I think for now we should leave them as boats and drive them as boats
stay as boat.
as they were intended.
Mike J was thinking, best question: who sinks their boat first?
Oh, Josh, obviously.
Do you think so?
Josh will also lose the boat because he'll just keep driving it. Driving? Sailing?
Drive a boat.
Driving a boat?
You drive.
All right.
Yeah.
He'll keep driving it, going, oh, I got enough battery. I got enough battery. I got enough battery. Now I wish I had that tugboat.
I did, and we did get grease guns and marine grease. So I do know that you need to.
You got to grease the tube.
You got to grease the shaft.
After every 30 minutes of running, because I also read the instructions on that.
Well, I didn't, but I was told by somebody else who also thought I should probably know because I probably wasn't going to read something.
Right.
Either way.
Very, very, very nice of Mark to send all of this stuff along and to help us
yes.
By, well, at least, have some more content and do some more fun stuff. And we will definitely be using all of this stuff. Did you get a Mad Van too?
I think that was one of the 2 packages that were supposed to be delivered by FedEx today that did not. Part of the other one, the other one was for the TRX 4000.
the brass light kit.
Yeah, right. I do have the light kit for that. Can I quickly discuss? Let me get to this by the long way around.
Okay, but first, thank you, Mark, very much for all of your generosity.
To Mark, thanks a million.
Yeah, we're gonna have
crazy, ridiculous.
You are a crazy man. You're a crazy man, and it's much appreciated. We're gonna have a blast with that stuff.
More than generous, more like beyond.
Yeah, it's like way beyond what you should be doing. Don't anybody else get any ideas, because return to sender.
Yeah, because Matt's shopping list has you already Mark's checked all of the boxes already.
Yeah, don't anybody get any ideas. I mean, I'll put the Amazon links below. Don't get any ideas. Seriously, don't. Oh, there were a couple of comments in here. Oh, new movie Flying Boats. It's not a love story.
That's a perfect tagline.
I know it is.
Oh, God.
Flying Boats. It's not a love story.
Jesse was saying, do you think Josh could train a raccoon to water ski? You know what? I think I've got like 3 or 4 chances to win on that before I run out of raccoons.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. There's no shortage here. Squirrels, raccoons, skunks, whatever you want. Possums. We got them all.
What else did you get for mail call, though?
I got a really interesting package from the Netherlands. And it's kind of apropos because this is episode 69.
Very nice.
And I've got Shippy right up there, 69. Yep. So on the outside of the box, it said Shippy replacement driver. And I was like, okay. So there was a Tamiya driver figure kit in the box.
Okay.
And then I think this is to challenge my painting skills, but I got some really tiny paint rollers.
I like where these. I think that went to the wrong person. But okay.
Yeah, I was like, this is for Josh. This is not for me. But I'm gonna totally use that. I think that came from ScaleCrawl.nl. So thank you very much for that. That was a nice little bonus in the mail this week. Thank you.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to get a Shippy driver in there, actually.
You could leave the head. It could be like the headless horse. You were talking about Ghost Driver. You don't know what Shippy looked like.
No.
I think to put a head on him would be wrong. You should very well detail up the rest of it, though. Maybe just get like a ping pong ball and put a question mark on it.
I light it up from inside.
Yes.
Or we'll put the flaming skull on there. It'll be like, what's that?
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider.
Knight Rider was the other one.
Knight Rider was not a ghost. What? From what?
From Baywatch. Whatever.
From beach patrol.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dale C, thank you. Okay, new Toyota idea. When this boat sinks, you need a recovery vehicle. Toyota could get a grappling recovery hook or become the pro submarine. Recover it straight with the Flex Seal VS410 just on the bottom. This, I like it.
Just get the
Although,
tugboat.
I think going back to that, Matt is obviously going to be the one to sink the boat first. You were the accident-prone one.
Well, I have had a few issues in the past, but
aware of performance and driving skill. I mean, I'm just saying, if anybody's going to sink the boat, the only reason that it might be me is because you're going to be trying to you're not going to drive very fast because you're not only going to be able to reach out so far with your gimbal to get good video in the water. So you're going to be at knee level with your shorts held up with one hand. You're going to be holding your gimbal with the other to try and get just those nice pants.
It is going to be a challenging shoot. And in fact, I mentioned that to Mark. I said, it's going to be kind of complicated to film this and make it look good. Because every other boat video that I've seen, it's just like, GoPro on head. And it's just super wide shot, and all you see is the rooster tail as it's like shooting around the lake.
That is a great point. If whatever we come up with, which I think we should do as a mini mayhem, like we've been talking about, just because I think that's the best plan for a lot of things coming up here. We do have to figure out how to make it filmable.
Schultz said, "Who's going to throw the boat off the roof first?" And then Moose Jaw goes
into a kiddie pool.
Moose Jaw goes, new hashtag boat stance, which is where you got your pants all shoved up around your legs. Oh man. Gunner
says he's got a spot. Thank you, Gunner. I could run my Miss Geico again. Ooh, Miss Geico's the cat, right?
That's a catamaran. Yeah, that's a big boat too.
Yeah, 36. I bet it's like 4 inches longer.
Wow,
give or take.
I didn't know that's what 36 meant. You know what? I have a friend who has a pretty good speedboat, like power boat. So,
like a real one?
Yeah, like a real one. So maybe I could like be on that boat and drive the other boat and get some good shots that way.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I've got some friends with jet skis. I don't know if I have any friends with boats. I'm going to need to look. If I did, I'm sure Nicole would be like, we should just go hang out with them more. Like,
yeah, we need to make these friends a reality.
Boat Wars is on for 2021.
Yeah, it's Pro Boat Fest. We're both going to Pro Boat Fest.
Moose Jaw says he's going to get his scuba gear on. Good, because I need a second camera, man, underneath the water.
Ooh, that's going to be a cool shot.
Right over top.
Josh won't even get one battery pack through before he sinks it.
I'm telling you, the sinker is Matt.
I don't know, man.
Not this guy.
Just because I have a drone at the bottom of a lake doesn't mean I'll also have a boat there.
So we just have to figure out exactly what kind of challenge to do, since obviously regular boat challenge, well, neither of us are qualified for that either.
No. You're looking at two people who have zero experience with boats.
I had an NQD. Do you remember what those were?
Yeah,
they were the
jet boat?
The toy grade jet boats.
Yeah.
And you'd buy this $70 toy grade jet boat, pull the motor out, and then throw $100 worth of electronics in it and make it marginally better. And minutes worth of fun.
Minutes.
But minutes.
Yeah, 7 to 10 minutes on full charge on these, by the way. Not a lot of time.
No.
That's assuming you're full blasting it the whole way.
Obviously.
I mean, they should just. We should get like Spectrum or Futaba to just make the Josh model radio, and it doesn't have
a toggle switch.
It doesn't have a trigger. It's just on or off. Actually, it's just on or it's just forward or reverse. There's no middle ground.
It's always on. It's just which way are you going?
Yeah. You better plug that battery in and just pray.
Okay, that was. Remember, I told you I needed to tell you the tailgate story.
Oh yeah. Okay, full story, full go around. Here we go.
Kind of. We're still getting back to the other thing. Tailgate story. This was last week. TRX6. We were driving it, and spur gear went right.
Mm-hmm.
So to take apart that, it's my ESC is on top of the battery, which is on top of the motor plate. Blah blah blah. So you had to take the whole thing out. ESC, everything. Change that. Put it all back together. Get it all put back in, plug the battery in, and the steering is off. So I was like, damn it. I didn't notice. Maybe when I crashed after that, it knocked the servo horn, skipped a tooth over. And I'm still running the stock servo.
That's incredible.
So I was just like, dang it. So pulled the servo out to check it. Or to replace it, because I brought a spare servo with me since I still was running the stock servo.
Yeah.
Put the new one in and just plugged it in to test something. And I noticed it too was off after I had centered it before. It was like, what I noticed was that I had, how'd that go? I went to plug it in. Crap. Either way, one way or the other, what I realized was that the Traxxas plug has 2 steering servo inputs on the receiver.
Yes.
So it goes channel 1, channel 2. Well, me just being Futaba guy, normally it usually goes channel 1, channel 2, channel 3. So I had accidentally plugged the ESC into the second channel 1 spot. So when I went to go just give it a quick little test on if the servo was working again, it's on the tailgate of the Gladiator and it goes, yee! Like, holy crap! Just full throttle, just a split second. But the tailgate is, I know it's a big truck.
Well, yeah, lots of tailgate room.
Yeah. It's just all 6 tires go wee. Like, oh,
6 or 7 inches of tailgate space. Surprised it didn't go off the edge.
Startled.
Yeah, I bet it did.
Went, what the? And so I looked, figured that out, unplugged the ESC, plugged it into the other spot, and then the servo went back to the other. I was just like,
interesting.
So if you have 2 servos plugged in, or if you have the ESC for some reason in there, it changes where the one centers. So as soon as I unplugged that, put it back in, the other servo centered back up again. I was like,
interesting.
Man.
That's kind of weird.
So yeah, that was about had a moment there on the tail. Just about yard sailed the freaking truck for a terrible reason.
Yikes. Chris Gasca, you want to send me some stickers? I will accept your stickers. You can DM me on Instagram, please. Gunnar Nissen said, it was good times hearing you scream like a girl.
Yeah. Whoa.
Hi, Rourke. Yeah. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're well.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was a good challenge. What's the other story you were going to tell?
The other one. There was a question on Instagram that came in today, and it was what kind of pushes you to keep building new trucks.
Right.
And it was just a great question in general.
Yeah.
And I had mentioned, it's kind of like, for me, it's usually about something I want to try, something I want to, like a new design style or a new method of construction. I did like the stamping. I've got, if I want to try something different with 3D printing, I recently bought some mold making stuff. The step craft,
carbon fiber,
whatever it is. That's always been what kind of has always made me want to work on something new or try something new, or even if it's just improve things that I've done before. It's only a portion about like the truck that I want to build in the end. And I think that is different for me probably than it might be for like.
It's definitely different for you than it is for me.
Right. You saw a photo of a full-size VW and we're like, that's the thing I want to replicate. And you just know how to do a lot of those things, but you wanted to make it. And that's very different for me.
Right. It's less for you about an example and more about the process of getting to your endpoint.
Right. And so like for me, like, I guess for you, like, how does that even, do you just have to find, or do you like, you're going to build a sand scorcher, so you just go look for VW bugs? Or what? Like,
sort of. Yeah, I know it's probably a little bit backwards, but most often, more often than not, I start with an example of what I want to finish with. So
okay,
it's sort of like I'm working backwards a little bit, or I'm figuring out the end result before I've even started. So
right.
It's a lot more about finding inspiration, and then if I have to learn something new in order to make that happen, then I will do that. Whereas I think for you, it's like, I want to learn how to TIG weld today. So then you learn how to TIG weld.
I've got to figure out a truck that I want to build because of that. That is most normal. Like, that's normally how my process works.
Yeah.
Like, just like, okay, well, that's what I want to try. So now I got to figure out what that's going to be on.
Right. And for me, it's like, I'm going to be building this. So if I don't know how to do it, I'm going to learn how to do it in order to do it.
Yeah. Which is an interesting difference between us.
Yeah.
But that also brings me up to the point there, what happened yesterday specifically. I was editing the TRX6 video still, and I had both my headphones on, and my headphones out there are much more blocked off, so I don't always hear what's going on around me as much. But I did hear Nicole yelling at me. Yes.
Was she yelling at you, or was she just trying to chat with you?
Well, she was yelling because she had evidently been trying to chat. So she was trying to get my attention. But what had happened is she was looking at her phone and was seeing what was in my recently viewed Amazon items.
Oh boy.
She had some immediate concerns.
Let's hear what you were looking for. This I want to know.
I was looking at a propane fired furnace for melting down so I could cast my own metal parts.
You're a smelter.
Yes.
That knife will kill.
So she's just looking at having no idea what do you do? What do you do? What are you looking for? Why do you need this? She was so concerned.
I'm making a knife. You don't want to know what it's for. Right. Scale Custom Crawler, thanks for the 10 Australian dollar dues. 10 $10 dues towards a beer or an X-Acto blade. Keep up the great content. I've got lots of blades, so I think I'll have another beer.
So yeah, that's
thank you very much for that, by the way.
And the reason that I was looking for that, oh my god, the finger blade, is that I'm really planning. I think that the TRX 4000 needs to go to the next level in several areas, and some things.
Oh, so this is why
just aren't available in brass yet.
So okay, let's talk. Okay, hold on a second, because you're a little bit out of sync here. I'm gonna fix you briefly.
BT, thank you very much. $10 for Foundry.
for your foundry.
Now I have to do it.
You have 3 days in which to forge your own blade at home. Then you have to come back and cut a chicken in half. You have to smush a chicken with your 4,000-pound TRX4. Okay. So I know most of the axle already exists in brass.
Yep.
You've already. I assume the transmission skid plate is already brass.
It's not brass. It's metal already.
Right, it's metal.
So, metal. It's even aluminum, I think, which is their version.
Do you know anybody in the servo world that could possibly machine you a brass servo case?
There was recently a brass servo rear half released for the racing world, more specific.
What? Why?
Some little counterbalance on a car, I guess.
Heat dissipation. Get Holmes to make you a brass motor.
Right.
Huh?
That brass motor, great song.
What else? So what are you gonna smelt? What are you smelting?
I mean, I think that there's like entire chassis cross braces, like the mid-span ones.
I just thought up a new bumper sticker. Josh smelts. I have to write that one down because that's a good one.
It could be the mirrors on the body. It could be. There's so many options.
Don't you work in a shop that can machine things out of solid pieces of metal? Why don't you just buy a thing of brass and just go to town?
Because our machines run 24 hours a day on production.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff out of stock.
I'm going to go into work and be like, all right, guys, we're going to need to break this machine down just a day or two. We're going to lose 30, 20, 30, 40 hours of production. That's it.
That's all.
I need some brass mirrors for my YouTube vehicle.
I'm looking. Okay,
this video is going to make $10 or $20.
It's gonna make me rich. Okay, obviously you're gonna do the bumpers in brass, or at least fill them with brass. Could you fill them? Chris, I'll check the message later. Thank you.
That would be very difficult. So here's the thing. Lost PLA casting is a thing. And that is where you 3D print the part out of standard PLA, pack it in sand, make your casting chamber, and then you pour it in that, and it just melts away the PLA.
I've seen
that. And you end up with that. Yes, it's nothing new, but some things, like in the end, I think some people still, like I have said, my goal is for that truck to look just like a regular Blazer or Bronco, whatever it is. Granted, like a normal one you would see on the trail. Granted, a lot of what you would see on the trail they look bad, but that's not what I'm going for. So
easy now.
I want it to look fairly unassuming, very stock in most ways.
Yeah.
So I don't want like a big brass roof rack on the top or anything like that. Now, if I did the mirrors, I just paint them black. You wouldn't be able to
paint everything black. Don't make anything.
Yeah, but I want it to look. I know. I want it to look pretty much. So yeah, I have lots of little things, but I need to be able to 3D print it and make it look accurate. So like the bumpers, that would be difficult because the bumpers on those vehicles, on those Broncos, are very detailed.
Yeah, they're quite detailed. Why don't you just stick a bunch of brass in there?
That type of thing would be possible. I could do like the Pinewood Derby style and get all the pellets and fill them, putting it in an epoxy mix. And
so BT, thanks for the $10 for a Josh Smelts t-shirt. I am wearing one of the new designs here. Building is better.
That is a good looking shirt.
Thanks. I just wanted to show everybody the light kit again because it's so damn sexy.
Yes.
Look at the tail lights.
The new light kit for that Bronco from Traxxas is
crazy good.
Amazing. So good.
So did you do all your links in brass?
Not yet, but that I should be able to get knocked out.
Okay. Brass frame rails, is that a thing?
I mean, it could be, but with all the rest of the brass I'm putting in there, probably a little concerned about the strength. I might want to leave the steel ones in there.
How many pounds are you at right now?
I think I'm just over 14. You know, the biggest thing that I was shocked at? No, that's the biggest thing I'm shocked at. A lot of people are like, yeah, mine weighs about 15 already. I'm just like, are you kidding me? I'm like, I'm at this weight already as a joke.
Yeah. I don't weigh my trucks very often, but
I tell you what, I didn't either until I did that. And I was just like, this is 14. I was like, man, I thought some of my trucks might have been like 9 pounds around. My trucks are, a lot of these trucks are around like 7.
Yeah, 6-7 pounds seems about normal. Oh, Gunnar Nissen, thanks for the $4.99 for a Josh Smelts flag.
Oh, I missed it as well. 1-to-1. Gunner's got the boat. Baja Outlaw 20. Not the easiest recovery, but you know what? I think we can make it. We can make that work.
Happen. You make it happen. Don't worry about it.
So yeah, I think.
But there's a lot more you could do. Even the door handles.
Oh, there's a lot of areas that I could do in general. That brass receiver box,
brass obviously. Driver. I know you don't like to put drivers in, but hey,
for this case, I could download a model of a guy, 3D print it.
Tell him to smelt a brass monkey. That funky monkey.
Some lead bedrolls, exactly.
Yes. That'll do it. Yeah. Yeah, because like you've already maxed out pretty much everything that exists in brass, right?
Almost. I still have a handful of pieces that are in the mail, so I've got a decent amount. I can probably get another half pound almost. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. It's a heavy
truck, sir.
Yeah. Use tungsten instead of brass for more weight. There's lots of issues with that. Tungsten's melting point is extremely high, and it's also hard to machine, and it's very expensive, and it's that would be.
Are you telling me you're letting price get in the way of this YouTube video?
Within reason, yes. But yeah, no, tungsten would be nearly impossible.
Hey, I think I don't know if I had this. Did I have the Gatekeeper kit last week?
Yes, you did.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Because I'm building another Gatekeeper. I'm just saying that because Schultz is watching.
Did you see that they're releasing a Builder's Kit 2?
Yes.
Enduros?
I did see that, yeah. With the upgraded shocks, upgraded...
Yes. The bronze shock bodies.
Shock
black
hoops
links.
As well.
Yeah, and it's got the Gatekeeper shock hoops. So, which likely means the Gatekeeper panhard. So, and then white Delrin pivot balls.
Yeah, I saw that. That was an interesting choice. Do them in white. And Delrin,
that was an interesting choice. I don't. Delrin's a good choice. I don't know why they would have went with white though.
Yeah. I guess so it sticks out.
Sure, yeah. So you can tell. BT, unfortunately, I looked everywhere for some V1s. Everywhere. I even tried to buy a set.
You know Josh is serious when he almost tried to buy something.
Oh, I tried to. A guy he's like, I got a set. Looks like they're almost perfect. Sent me a photo, and one of the beadlock screw holes on the backside was blown out because the screw got stuck, and he was trying to like get it out of there. And it was like, I was like, that is not a good looking set of wheels, sir.
Ouch.
Brent Hevner, thank you, sir. You must comp with the TRX 4000.
I agree.
That's a good. Have to. Should almost be a loaner rig.
Yeah. Oh man, I forgot my class 2. I've got the thing.
I think it should be a chase truck on there. So the normal competitor leaves gate 1. You get 10 seconds, and then the TRX 4000 leaves gate 1.
It's like the ghost truck, right? Like when you do all the racing.
It's coming behind you. If it gets up to you, gonna have a bad time.
Yep. Schultz said they're white, so it's so you can see that they're different.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a reason.
DK just called it the chubby chaser. That's pretty good.
Yes.
Pretty good.
Yes, it is.
There's probably a weight limit on all those rope bridges they make for the comps.
Oh God, yeah. If you were on one of those, yeah. Like, what do you want me to do? Brass inside the spare tire. Justin Baker already done. That spare tire already got brass hubs, wheel weights, and brass clamp ring. Whole deal, fully brassed.
I'm just looking at it. There's not much else you could do.
Oh, there's so much. There's so many opportunities you're missing.
Oh, one thing I didn't notice is that if you leave a battery plugged in, the front halos stay on. So turn unplug.
Even if you turn the power off?
If you turn the ESC off, yeah.
Right. Oh, well, you know that.
Psycho 13 Garage, thanks for the $5. See how much brass you can put in your boats. See how long they float, and possibly find your drone. Yeah, there's so much room inside a boat.
Like,
you can just load it up with stuff. Gussie Banjos wants to see the Rcpc, so I'm gonna pull that off the shelf here in a second. I did a whole video series on it too.
Yeah,
which you can definitely watch. Oh, I'm making a mess. Getting my battery out. Cool light kit though. I told her.
I'm looking forward to install it.
Oh, you haven't installed yours yet? Oh,
it's gonna go in the next update on the TRX 4000.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So, which hopefully is like this weekend.
Well, you got a lot of stuff to do this weekend, Josh.
I know.
There he is, in all his glory.
So, what's your thoughts on this now?
On the sand scorcher?
Now that it's completed.
Yeah.
With all the AM Pro engineering stuff.
Somebody
driven it.
Somebody was giving me a hard time and said, "You'll never be able to drive that with that PLA printed or PTG printed chassis." I guess he didn't watch the whole video. Because I definitely drove it.
It's just wait longer. Wait longer for this comment.
It even got air, so it can handle it. I was never worried about that.
Just like the Haas.
I got a lot more air in the Haas.
I know. Just like
you son of a bitch.
Just keep ribbing at you.
You know what, Josh? I'm going to start smelting too. Smelt a knife and you heard it here first.
Mail it to you.
You. Chongy, thanks for the $5.
What are you asking? What I'm bringing to Axial Fest?
Nobody cares. Thanks for the $5. A truck like that needs an obnoxious sound system, Josh. So you should add some speakers to your TRX 4000.
Does Traxxas make a sound kit?
No.
They do. Didn't they have one in a Slash?
Oh, yeah, they did. That's right. No, wait. Are you thinking... I think that might have been Associated.
Sure. Associated did for sure, but I'm pretty sure Traxxas put one in a Slash.
Somebody let us know in the comments below.
Because that's extra weight. That's a possibility there.
You're adding... Put a 6S battery in it, too. Like a 5,000 milliamp 6S battery.
No, I think I'm gonna talk with Genzace and see if I can get like a 3S 30,000. Oh
my God, that thing won't even move.
I'm gonna make a machine a brass battery tray that's like, the size of a sheet of notebook paper to put it on.
The Slash did have one.
Right. Yes, onboard audio. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Psycho 13 Garage. Thank you, sir. Monthly Mayhem. Put a bunch of Barbies, Girls Gone Wild style, on your boat. And the one with the most left still on the boat at the end wins.
Nice.
That, you know what? That's
fun.
There's some good twists to that. Being able to,
how much hot glue do you have?
Yeah. How unsettled you can leave something put onto an item.
There isn't onboard audio system for the Slash as a separate item. Thank you, Dave Zilla, for letting us know. You have to buy the Slash if you can still find it. So doesn't sound like they make it anymore. But you asked me what I thought about this after like putting it together and driving it and shooting some video.
What's
and
your
having
thought,
fun.
and what are your plans to come in the future?
I'm shelving it.
Okay.
Mostly because like I love it and I don't want to wreck it. I'm so happy with how it turned out, and I'm so happy with the conversion and like just the way it looks and the weathering that I did, that I kind of just want to leave it. I don't want it to have any unfortunate rollovers. I don't want to break anything. And yeah, I loved it. I thought it was an absolute blast in the sand. So I'll probably, take it down to the beach and have some fun with it in that regard. But it's not going to get a lot more. Is your
list of trucks you're never going to sell starting to worry? Like, I'm getting the same way.
It's starting to worry me a bit because there are. Jesus.
That would have been amazing.
Plonk. Well, guess I'm building another one. And this actually leads into a question here. Tom Wade, thanks for the $4.99. Have you or Josh sold any rigs you really regret or ended up replacing? And it kind of leads into that idea that there are a lot of things now in the collection that, I can't sell them. They're too nice. I like them too much. There are a few regrets. I did a Comanche on a VS410 chassis kit that I really loved.
Yep, that was a great looking one.
The caged out kind of exo cage thing. I regret selling that, but I know where it is, and I know the gentleman who bought it is willing to sell it back to me if I really desperately need it. There was a Pinsgauer that I did that I really loved. Steamboat Crawler still has that one, I think, and actually made it even better than it was. So, I'm sure I could work out a deal to get that back. But there's a couple others out there, but I know where they are, so I'm okay with that. Like, they went to good homes. There's some regret for sure.
I don't think I have any regret, but I think that probably comes down to the difference that Matt and I talked about previously about why we build trucks. And I think it's kind of clear many times in the visual outcome of them. Like, oftentimes mine are more about like what I'm trying to get done. Like, my trucks don't like, if you just take a photo of them, well, for one, I can't take good photos like you, but two, your trucks also are just going to look better, except in the ones where they're like viewer voted on which one looks better, and then I actually win. The only one that you never,
let's be honest, I guess there's that. I didn't put a 3 on the side of my truck, and that's why I lost. What's that? European racing?
Just saying, I'm 1 for 1 in contests of whose truck looks better when it's you versus I.
Well, that's because you played to the audience, and that's fine. That's good.
I'm just saying, if we're going by the stats here, I'm talking facts.
Ben,
John, thank you. Can't wait to see you doing a comp run on the TRX 4000, pounding some ICP. Oh, I do need, you know what? If I don't put the onboard audio on, I should at least put a big Bluetooth sub in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Ben Benavides said cilantro? ? I do. That is kind of a regret. I liked that truck. That's not one that I would have a hard time duplicating, though. If I wanted to do it again, that would be pretty straight ahead.
Alex Cal, 300-second timeout. He says, it's true. Dale won, not Josh. Psh.
Yeah, exactly. Dale always wins. Small Factory said that he misses my CC01 rally truck. That was my C303, the Volvo box. It was a
Oh,
Dakar rally truck.
yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't Dan buy that?
No. That was the third. That was the third C303 I made.
You made 3 of those boxes.
And a Pinsgauer, which is basically a box as well. But the first one I did, that was my first scratch build ever, and it's gone. Mystery sale.
Man, yeah. I've sold a lot of trucks like that. I have no idea where they went.
Yeah.
And then oftentimes you sell them and you don't know where they travel to after, even if you initially know. But yeah, I think that's the big difference. Is most of the time I'm just like, yeah, I'll go over. I'm just gonna build. Like that's why I don't regret them usually, because usually it's like, well, I think I could build it better now because I learned something the first time, and I feel like I could do something different or better or whatever.
Does
and
Ben
Darwin
still has cilantro, right?
Yep, and the Woods Runner, which was probably my favorite at this point, just because I tried some things on there that I had never done before, and I was super happy how they came out. $2 to go towards the tungsten bird shot for the TRX 4000. I think that's a good idea. Some tungsten bird shot mixed in some epoxy, throw into the backside.
There you go. Tim just reminded me that it's in a lake, and what he's referring to on that is Richard. Pardon my noob, Turks and Jerps on Instagram. He built a FJ55, like the old Iron Pig style Land Cruiser. The squared out older ones. He built one that was caged, like he referenced a real truck and did a whole cage top where he cut the top off, and it was a really awesome crawler. He sold it, and it went to a guy who posted it up on Rcpc, and his first run out with it, he drove it along the bottom of a lake. Like, check it out, fully waterproofed, and like not really the intention for like a scratch built piece of art like that. So anyway, somebody ended up buying it from him, and then I bought it from that guy, and then I completely restored it, and then I sold it to one of the mods on the Scale Builders Guild forum who lives in Australia. But that was always our joke. It's like, the next one's going to be driven at the bottom of a lake.
I feel like I want to buy a truck of yours now, just for science. But
I don't care. Please don't.
I totally don't care.
Don't drive it in the lake.
But as far as Axial Fest, I am going to be prepping the Ripper again for that. I'll go take it up there, and my Ripper is in a sad state of affairs right now. It is.
Didn't you do a rebuild on that?
Gus, I've like 3 or 4 times.
But like recently, didn't you do a rebuild?
It's probably a year ago.
Oh, I thought you had it out just recently.
Or
was that me?
No, it's been a while. It's been like, it had to be, well, I guess it was kind of rainy season, so it could have been October, November-ish. But yeah, it's been a while. So it's just, it needs some work. I was hard on it for sure, and it's very nasty dirty. But I am freshening up the look with some custom anodized panels.
Ooh la la.
Hood, grill, sides, the whole deal.
Tie-dye.
So
tie-dye, it's going to be a good look.
Yeah, no. Actually that's definitely it.
Dancing Bears. It's the Dancing Bears, like from Grateful Dead.
Oh, okay. No, didn't know that.
Cilantro is going to Axial Fest. So
there you go.
Take a picture, Ben. I'm not trusting Josh to do that.
Yeah, right.
Man, I wish I was going to Axial Fest.
I know. I think Ben is going to be able to swing by the shop, so I can give him the tour. Should be a good time.
It's going to be really exciting for you, Ben. You're going to see a lot of really big machines.
He's going to pull up and look at there's an RV. So, but there was a question up there earlier about the SCX-10 or the Ripper. I said in my story today that it was based on the SCX-10 which it was. That was the basis of the Ripper. Now the thing is that it was it has a servo on axle, so it wasn't actually built on the full stock geometry, but that was because I designed the servo on axle mount at the same time that we were developing the F9 for the SCX-10 and that's kind of just how I built it around that. So that was that's why it's still an SCX-10 even though it's different. Same but different.
You can buy, how many SCX-10 could you buy instead of a Ripper?
Let's see. I just bought 2 honchos. For like 25 maybe. No, more than that. More than that.
That's so dumb. It's like, it's the gag. I'm gonna do it. It's like some people just have more money than sense.
Yeah. So just sellouts.
What a bunch of sellouts. That's dumb.
So yeah, mine is going to get cleaned up. Looking forward to going driving.
Schultz is just asking me if I'm going to Proline by the Fire. I probably won't be able to go to that either.
I know. Hopefully so. Proline by the Fire is going to be fun because I'm going to be in Vegas the days before for the National Retail Hobby Store Association Tabletop Expo.
Is that where you bought the Felony that you've never driven?
Nope. That was at the Horizon thing, which was in Champaign.
Oh, the Horizon Nerdlinger Fest.
Yes. That. Oh, and I did buy tires for my infraction. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Right at 2 years. It's fine. It's cool.
Has it already been 2 years?
Yeah.
Impossible. Yeah,
that was
that's right. That's when the infraction came out. Yeah.
It was June. It's a little over 2 years.
June of 2019. Months. That's crazy.
So yeah, they'll
let you out one day, Matt. Thanks, Ian.
Right. Yeah, that's
it's I could go.
Fun talking about D&D. Shut it, Alex.
Nerd. I could go, but it's the quarantining that would kill me.
Right, when you got back.
I'd have to quarantine when I got back.
Yeah. Brazen Scale says, when the Ripper was announced, I thought it was way too expensive. If I could go back, I'd order 4. Yeah.
Right. That exclusive group.
And you could have got an invite to the group.
It's all you need. All you need for entry is 1 Ripper.
Yeah.
Oh, Lordy.
That's just how that goes.
Not everybody can have one. That's, not everybody should have one. Like my mom, she would not appreciate having a Ripper.
That's true. Especially if you told her, like, you could have this
or half of a fancy quilt frame.
Or Ford Explorer with like 80,000 miles. Which one would you rather
have? DK, that kind of comment will get you banned over on the other channel.
Matt, good question for both of us here. Would you get the Biddy Designs body or the Proline body for the infraction? So
is the Proline one the Corvette?
That's the Corvette. The Biddy Designs one's like the GT style.
Yeah. Probably the Biddy, I think.
I feel like the same.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's about right. Like, I don't know. I'm torn. I think that just the size of the infraction or the felony, when they're in front of you, they're
big.
Substantial cars. So
they're
just like having a nice
almost the size of this boat.
Yeah. Almost. But yeah, it's
a nice, good, scale accurate body for that. I saw somebody put a, I don't know where I saw it. It was on Instagram somewhere, but somebody put one of those Toyota GT1 Le Mans car bodies on it, and it
okay.
looked good. It looked
I don't
good.
know which one that is.
You'll have to look it up, but it's like it was a pretty fancy, like I don't
Is it
even
a speed
remember.
run type body, or is it just a like some sort of?
Yeah, it's like a race car body.
Okay, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. But yeah, that's I don't know. Either way, I just need to get mine running again and go have some fun with it, and then
Hoot
make
it
a
around,
decision
man.
if
It's
I
awesome.
if I still need it in my garage.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. It's
Because if I'm not going to drive it more often, I shouldn't own it.
I'm
Like
getting rid of the Kyosho, by the way.
the Audi.
Yeah. But I'm
Yeah,
giving it to somebody. I'm giving it to a friend.
good call. Um,
Let them deal with Nitro.
yeah, I feel like I've toasted the motor in mine. That
Mine still works. I fired it up over the weekend. Fired right up.
did you really?
Yeah, no problem. Fired right up.
That's impressive.
It actually sounded as good as it's ever sounded. No tuning at all. Just zing.
Hmm, that's interesting. So the yeah, I don't think mine would do the same. I don't know if I think you would just break the.
The
Did it have
the
a cord?
pull. Yeah, pull cord.
Did I?
Should I, before I give it back, or before I give it to this guy, do you think I should put it back to all-wheel drive and lose
I think that
the brake?
I think that sounds like uh, a fun task for the new owner.
Yeah, like here it is. It's two-wheel drive.
Like, here's what it was.
Don't touch this.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a. I don't feel like I definitely don't want to ship mine. Um,
No, I'm not shipping it. It's just being delivered.
yeah, I should find somebody local who wants a project. There's a small melty bit in the back, where there may or may not have been a small fire.
Put away
Um,
wet.
Mine was put away hot. Like
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. It was wet. It was like liquid. Parts of it were melty.
yeah, like,
Put away melted.
yeah. Whew. It was. I don't think mine would be legal to ship.
No, because of all the chemicals you put in it to make it smoke. I know what you did.
Yeah, yeah, um, yeah. I think mine is probably like a severe hazard, really, at this point. Um, but just the scrap weight in the amount of stainless that's ended up that is in the front of it. I mean, there's probably $1 or $2 up there.
Oh,
Stainless
whew,
isn't worth very much per
good
pound.
money. Good
But
money.
yeah, that's pretty up there. So I'll have to find.
Is Josh's carb compliant?
Yeah.
CARB?
Moose Jaw says, always suspect someone who gives you a nitro car for free.
Yeah. What's wrong with it? Nothing. No, it's great. It works great. It's great.
Yeah.
Take it.
Joe, you want a nitro car to get back running? That
Mine, I'm going to take it out for one more run in two-wheel drive just to go, yep, that was super fun. And then here you go. Working nitro car.
Not a terrible idea. I like where your head's at.
Yeah. That way I won't feel nostalgic about it because I will have had one more time actually driving it.
Yeah, I don't know that's what
Right, yours won't do that.
no.
Hey, let's talk about Rcpc for a minute. We're going to try to actually wrap this one up, right?
We are going to try to.
Maybe not this weekend now.
We'll see.
I really need this space back.
I know. My
as soon as we're done, this is going, I'm putting it in maybe 2 very large boxes, and it's making its way across the country.
One very large one like
I'm giving mine to EVGA as an appreciation.
Yeah, I think that's where mine may have to live as well.
Or you could send yours to Tamiya. Just saying it out loud.
I wonder if they would want it.
They probably wouldn't.
They'd be like, we do like real scale model stuff here, and
This is a computer.
ruined this semi. It's way too long, and
it won't fit on Tony's desk.
Like, why do we need a gaming PC?
We already have a computer, and it's all that computer does is order JIS bolts, and
this one that orders Tamiya plugs.
This one orders Tamiya
turned on since the 80s.
We just plugged in a number, order 1 billion, and then it just
someone hit the wrong number, and we just haven't had to reorder.
You guys want to fire up that PC to order the JIS hardware? No, we don't need that. We got all the hardware over here.
So Matt and I, of course, do have slightly ulterior motives with the Rcpcs.
It's true.
Well, not ulterior.
No, it's not an ulterior motive.
Appreciation. It's not ulterior. No. They're appreciation, but we were also continuing a partnership there.
Yeah.
So
there's more to come.
Yes, more to come.
More to
is true, and it's funny how what would you say, inconvenient the form factor of a RC semi trailer is.
Extremely
as an actual PC.
Inconvenient does not begin to describe how awkward this is as a computer.
It's just like this, on this side,
it's impossible to film.
And then on this side,
it's impossible to film. It doesn't fit on my workbench. I'm probably gonna have to go somewhere else to drive it because I don't have enough space in my backyard.
Oh God, yeah. I could.
I might actually go. Yes. I might actually go back to where I did all the speed runs with the TRX6 because there's a lot of like shipping and receiving areas there, so it would kind of be apropos. It would kind of fit the mood.
I don't think that. Yeah. The scale will be different between them.
I'll shoot with a long lens. Make everything else.
I think I will go to the parking lot of the shop because there should be plenty of room there.
Yeah,
I think you can almost turn a full size big rig around in there. So
should be able to have enough room there.
Hopefully, this one will maneuver as well. But agreed. That's the goal.
I just be able to remove this is something I don't know anything about. Tim asked is the super shafty Chupacabra the new Ripper? What's the Chupacabra?
It's also a milled type chassis.
Oh, really?
But it's I don't think that it will see any of the value, same value type of stuff there.
Well, that's pretty mean of you to say. That's really rude, Josh.
I mean, it's for what it is. I think for what it is, it's just an RC option part. It's the chassis on it was very different. It has milled sides, but the standoffs are all just pipe. They're not. It's not. There's no depth to the center of the chassis. And then also, like the Ripper, half of the work of the Ripper was milled panels.
Right.
Where that one doesn't do anything for that.
Oh, I see.
So
that's cool. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, I built one for Brian Sherwood.
The Chupacabra.
Yes.
Chupacabra. I get it now. Okay.
Capra, yes. So, in comparison, for what you pay for that one versus like a Ripper, yeah, like when you're talking about original asking price, the Ripper was a better bargain. But now we can't. The value is being determined by the market, not by the original asking price.
Right. Like many things that are in a limited edition. It's like having a Spider-Man #1. Can't drive a Spider-Man #1 though.
Exactly.
Somebody wanted to see the 6x6 Cherokee.
Oh, that was a question that I got before the show today. How many were you sent the 6x6 Bronco in any Instagram messages today?
6x6 Bronco.
Neat
No,
Bronco.
somebody sent me the 6x6 Gladiator.
Oh no, I got the
Today,
Bronco
but-
in a handful of messages today. I think it's
Did you
CGI,
now?
but yeah.
It probably is. There's not enough of them out there for anybody to have already ruined it.
Yeah. Like this Jeep here that you
Well, this was
ruined.
ruined. This was ruined for me.
This was, yes, you paid for, or you.
This was just, I paid for the bodies, and then Richard ruined it. But he ruined it very nicely.
I think that you could sell that and buy yourself a Cherokee.
I know what I have.
I know what I got. No
low balls.
Chib says, I sent you the Bronco. Yes, you did. I think you were technically one of the first ones. You were the first person I saw it from. And then since then, I have been tagged and sent several more times.
Kenneth Freeman here said, as an IT professional, I am intrigued by the Rcpc and want to see the actual performance of each on the PC side.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
That's definitely going to be part of the challenge.
Yes.
Josh has probably got better cooling than I do. I will say that.
Oh, like, yeah, when we're talking about the performance end of it, of course, mine will be better.
I don't know, man. I put fans in the proper places. Sucks air in the front.
Yes.
Because you want it to suck at the front. And then it pulls
69.
out the rear. Yeah. 69.
I also have my front fan.
That's where your AIO is?
Where
like
the reefer,
your rad is.
where the reefer
rad
is. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I have some more parts here for it.
More parts? You're not. Yeah. You should be done this thing now.
Oh, I know. I should be.
SC Spider-Man. No, that was not a cheap shot at you. I didn't know you were watching. I was just thinking about comic books for a minute.
There's two. This thing is so heavy.
You got a couple of Be Quiets in there, right?
Yeah.
Are those the 240s?
Yes. No, 240s. No, those would be huge.
Yeah. Those are 120s?
140s.
What?
Like, not 240 millimeter fans would be huge.
Yeah.
That's like an 8-inch plus fan.
Well, yeah.
The side of these trucks is only like 7 inches tall.
So those are only 120s then.
Whatever. Oh, there's my I/O panel that I made back there now.
Ooh la la. I made mine all wireless, but I really hope that nothing fails.
You're right. So
especially for the next owner, because there's really not many ways to get into this trailer.
So how you do it is you're
gonna have to undo all of these tiny little screws down here.
Yeah. I made my own power plug in here by cutting the UL listed one and splicing it into this adapter. It's very safe.
It's still UL. It's just unlisted.
Unlisted. But yeah.
You'll get it done eventually.
Oh my God. It's just the side panels now. Other than that, it's basically ready to go. See how clean it still looks in there?
Yeah, look at how clean mine is. You wouldn't even know there's a computer in there.
Open the doors.
No.
No.
No, thank you.
God, Jesus.
Blue Dooley just said Josh has to drag the build out so he can figure out how to cheat on the driving portion.
140, 150, whatever it takes. Yeah. So I can't believe how heavy that thing is. Every time I pick it up, I'm like, I don't think my computer's weighed that much, which I guess makes sense because it's a trailer too, and then it has.
Although I would wager that the computer in here, because it's a mid tower,
yeah,
with a lot of glass,
true,
it's probably heavier. It's got basically the same components, a slightly larger rad. a full ATX motherboard.
This one actually has almost the same hardware that I've got in here. Did we put 16 gig of RAM in, or did we put 8?
We put 16.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it was two 8
gig sticks.
Yeah.
2 8 gig sticks. I've got a 2070 KO in both of these.
2060 KO.
That's what I said, right?
Is that what you said?
Yeah, 2060 KO.
Uh-huh.
i5 in that one, Ryzen 5 in this one.
Yeah.
This one's air-cooled, that one's AIO.
But both of mine are AIO.
So, yeah.
Larger rack, you say? But when you add the truck on there too, right? When you add the whole truck on there and everything, it's probably about what a PC would weigh. Oh, and just a much more awkward package.
I mean, I guess your truck's kind of about half the size of mine, so I guess that when you do that, it's even more.
Be able to turn it quite easily, though.
Josh, you see Linus's new water-cooled in table PC. I did see his new desktop PC. I did.
Quite fun. My next computer is gonna be water-cooled as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how you.
Got all the bits. I'm just waiting on this thing to be out of the way.
Yep.
So I can put a slider up there so I can actually film the build. I'm gonna do like a proper PC build video.
How are you gonna do that with yourself in betwixt?
No. I'm not gonna be. Don't worry about me.
You're gonna wear a green suit?
No, I'm just gonna be like, I'll be over here building. The slider will just go that way.
Nice. Okay.
You'll see my hands. Be like all the top builds, and it won't get any views because nobody cares about PC builds on this channel.
I know. Same. But we enjoy it, damn it. I think my next one is going to be seen on this channel a lot.
But credit where credit's due, pal.
I can't remember for sure if it was your idea. I can't, if I said it to you and then you repeated it, which seems more plausible.
No. I have an extremely good memory for great ideas. And this was mine.
Yeah.
So Changi RC, thanks to you'll figure that all out later. That's a later story. We're not divulging yet. Changi RC, thanks to the $5. Water-cooled crypto mining tugboats. How do you think we could get a PC in one of those tugboats? We could definitely water cool it.
You know anybody at ProBoat?
Dear Horizon Hobbies, I am a semi-influential RC enthusiast. Perhaps you've heard of me.
You have hired me several times in the past.
I have worked on such projects as Rich Trujillo knows who I am. Please ask Rich Trujillo.
Thus forth, please forward on one package containing
2 RC tugboats.
Boats with much tugging capabilities. Model unimportant.
I don't care what
whatever models you have that have much tugging
as
capacity.
Big as possible, please.
I swear that oftentimes I bring up something like that seems ridiculous, and then normally I'm like, but does it? Maybe I need it. But on the tugboat, still on the ridiculous category. It's still far enough over on the other side of the seesaw that
I think it makes a lot of sense for someone who owns a lot of other boats.
I guess. But I feel like another boat could just as easily tug some stuff.
No, but it's like for recoveries, for getting the other
Yeah, but couldn't you
boats.
just put the PVC arms on another boat?
No.
Why does it have to be a tugboat?
Tugboats have a lot more torque. You need the torques.
If you just do it with speed,
No,
I feel like you could.
I feel like that's how you may penetrate another boat with another boat.
See, now we're talking about some good times.
69. It's like it's as 69 an episode as we can make it.
Yeah, exactly. Talking about tugging and
somebody had a good question. Oh,
penetrating.
Fast. Next challenge. This is from DK. Next RC Mayhem challenge. World's fastest Rcpc. And I don't think he's thinking about the benchmarks.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody cares about your Cinemark score.
Power.
Cinebench.
Cinebench.
Tugboat lowrider equals thugboat.
Tugboat, yeah. DK said he was going to name his the Rub and Tug.
You could make Tug Life memes. With like a hat rather than the glasses.
Tug Life.
Tug Life. That should have been our Scale News Update tagline. Damn it.
Actually,
I did choose Tug Life.
Quack did make a good point here. He said that shouldn't one of these, if it's episode 69, shouldn't one of these cameras be upside down? And, you're not wrong.
Done.
Oh, wait, I did it over here. There we go.
I can't watch you like that. That's very... I don't like that at all.
Whoa.
Yeah. Hit the like button, folks, if this quality entertainment is up your alley. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
What a couple of clowns.
I swear. It's almost like after 69 weeks
in a row,
2 or more hours a week. What else could you do in almost 140, at least 140 hours? I mean,
think of all the things I could have had built by now. You could have your Rcpc done by now. Easily.
I bet I've got 140 hours in it. Man. When I start thinking about some of the hours that I've got in this TRX6, this thing over here, just the CAD time where I've sat in here with all of these lights dimmed. Mood lighting to a different color.
Yep.
Just
in this, doing this, just sitting here staring into this.
Looking at my mood board. While trying to come up and finish details and then write tool paths for freaking CNC routers.
Yep. What does Schultz mean here? When this show is done, will it be stolen too? What's he talking about?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he had a brain fart in the middle of it.
Gussie Banjos mentioned that regardless of whether or not I'm upside down or not, Shippy's 69 is still a 69. All right.
Brondo cooled PC. Yes.
Well, it's got electrolytes.
It's got electrolytes.
It's what makes what makes plants grow.
It's what plants crave. It's got what plants crave. Go away, I'm baiting.
That movie's not good.
It's amazing. That Ravensdale RC, thank you, sir. Much appreciated. $14.99. Evening all. Built a Cross RC SP5 a while ago. Wasn't a fan of the build process nor end product. Digging the looks of their military vehicles, though. Their military builds of better reputation. Ravensdale, I have which one do I have? I've had two of them. I had the GC4, and I've got a different one here. And I don't remember I think it's like the HC4 maybe? No, they are not of different quality.
They're the same. The build process is the same. The quality is the same. They look better.
The bodies are great.
Yes.
They're beautiful.
Hard bodies.
Their finish is nice. And if you want to drive it like a 1/14th scale type truck, then I think that they're more reasonable or appropriate. The gun trailer. That's another one that, for one, I would not recommend to my worst. If you were a model guy only, it was probably fine. I'm not that guy.
I'm that guy.
Not that guy. Yeah, literally. There you go. Still wouldn't. But I've built two of their military trucks, and their drivetrain. I couldn't. Could not recommend.
Despite all of this, I still kind of want the Mammoth.
I agree.
Right? Even though we both know it's probably shit.
Why do I want that? Why do I want an 8x8 military style truck that is done from a company that I don't trust, that doesn't fit the style of anything else I use, doesn't fit in with anybody else's vehicles I know? No. Why? Why do I want that still? Is it just because it has 8 wheels?
Probably.
If there was 2 more wheels on the TRX6, would I want that more instead?
Oh man, yeah. If they did an 8x8, I'm in.
God, think how fast we could make that.
Oh, you could easily get that past 60. No problem. Schultz explained himself. All the gate 69 gates at events are stolen right away.
That makes sense.
Hey, baby, look what I stole for you.
Look at this one. Yeah.
This one says 69.
I just want that Mammoth.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I can't.
I'm not going to.
I'm not going to get it.
I won't.
No.
I won't do it.
Mark my words. I will probably not get one.
Yeah. I will likely never almost think about
if Cross is watching, don't send us one.
Oh, I think I've sealed that point for me. Unless maybe they just started now.
Yeah.
Right now.
And in
fact, a couple minutes ago.
Don't go back and watch any of the episodes ever.
Especially any of the ones where I actually have a cross on the bench.
Yeah, don't start there.
The name alone, Mammoth. So at Proline by the Fire, there was the year that you were there as well. One of the guys who's on here sometimes, he was down there with his, and he was just like, here it is. And he was driving it around. I'm just like, it doesn't look any less cool in person.
Yeah, darn it. Shoot.
That doesn't help. But yeah, I don't know. I just I have no idea why I would Doesn't RC4 Drive make an
8x8?
Is it just the Beast 6x6?
The Beast is a 6x6, but they also have that other line of military-esque vehicles. There might be an 8x8 in there. I can't remember. But they're mostly...
you mean the JD model stuff?
The JD models. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I don't think that they have an 8x8.
They do, but it's like a construction truck, I think.
Mike J. He says, I got the Banggood Oshkosh 8x8.
I had that.
That's the one you had?
Yeah, I had that one.
That's right. Well, so why do you want the Mammoth? You already owned an 8x8.
No, because the Mammoth is cooler. Because in Soviet Russia, truck drives you.
Wait, what's the difference?
It looks way cooler. It's
one's got a slanted nose and one's a flat thing.
Big old Russian shit. It looks awesome. Anyway, Next week's mail call, they both open up a mammoth. No, it's not happening.
That's not happening.
I promise
I don't
you, it's
want
not happening.
Space taken up. Let me tell you, there's a lot.
It's going to eat up all the space on the top shelf, and I don't have any room up there.
Yeah, I don't want it.
It's also in the Mudrunner game. That's why I like it.
Well, there is that. That part is fun.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just going to go drive Mudrunner, and I'm not going to. Then I won't want it anymore.
Problem solved.
I do want to go drive my Limitless.
Mm-hmm.
Finish Rcpc.
Rcpc. And then we have a quick little budget build.
Little 8-week budget build.
Yep.
Quick. What's wrong with us?
Just a quick 8 weeks. Hey, at least it's not the
8
18 that we did on the last
16.
one.
16.
Was it 16?
Both of the last two were 16.
So long.
And that was only
4
because
months.
the first time me and Matt ever collaborated, Matt reached out to me, sent me an email or a message, says, "Hey, would you like to work together on something?" And I was like, "Well, I was planning on doing a budget build with the Honcho, SCX-102 Honcho." And he's like, "I just got that too. Let's do that. That's a great idea. This will be fun." And I think it was like maybe it was after we had already started. And he goes, "How long does this go for?" And I was like, "I think the last one I did, I went for 20 weeks. And he's like, "What?"
Yeah. I was like, "Oh, what have I signed up for? This is stupid."
And I was like, "Well, I guess we could like knock it out at 16." And I was like,
Yeah. By the end of that, I was like, I don't think I ever want to do one of these again. And then like 6 months later, we did another one.
RC Dingus says Matt slid into the DMs.
Hey, it is episode 69. You know where to find me. Gussie Banjos, he's asking me, I think he's asking if I have any line on a clear Ford Bronco. No. I haven't seen that.
Yeah. What would you do different on the Honcho budget build now?
I'd probably shorten it.
I would do it for longer.
do it for fewer weeks, maybe.
I mean, parts wise, man, I don't know.
I couldn't even remember what I did on it so long ago.
I mean, I can remember, I guess, but so my build mood kind of changes. It kind of ups and downs, and not over like short periods of time, but like it's a longer frequency rather than. So you know, sometimes I'm super scale guy, real into that.
Yeah, foam interiors.
Oh, yeah, I'm scratch building interiors sometimes. Then other times I'm just in the bomber. I'm in the bomber interior phase. Right now, obviously, super scale phase. So that's why I've been scratch building interiors more, and just really focusing on that type of thing.
Yeah.
Working with custom chassis rather than just that type. Some super scale stuff. But. So I think that it could just be the different mindset I would be in now versus then that would influence, choices I would make.
Yeah. I'd spend more time, I think. I put an interior in mine and everything. I did all kinds of stuff to that truck.
I just like that. Tell Matt the whole premise of the budget build idea. Cool. We got all laid out. We got everything coordinated, We coordinate like kind of how we're going to lay out episodes and things like that. First week, Matt goes, outlines budget build. Yeah, it's not like a normal one, $50 a week, do this. Week number 1, I'm going to spend $80 on these 3D printed inner fenders. Like, it's week 1.
Yeah, I put myself way behind.
Week 1. Yeah, so this is the rules of this. I'm not doing that. I know that this is
I know how it's supposed to work. I'm just not doing that.
But I'm going to use this inner fender set that's $80 and 3D print.
But you know what? I put myself behind for the next week. I was like, all right, I only have $20. So we're doing some free shit this week.
You like threw a different brushed motor and you're like, done. This shit's easy. We really got to do this for 16 weeks.
What else are we going to do? This truck's done. I'm ready to go. Let's do this.
I'm doing free week. I'm like making Tupperware inner fenders, like, show people.
I converted a servo into a servo winch.
Sure, you did do that.
Did do that. I made all kinds of stuff happen with that thing.
The HRP mammoth. The mammoth's at HRP $1,500. Why did I think it was way less expensive than that?
No, it's always been $1,500. Yeah.
Has it?
Yeah.
Oof.
I know it's expensive.
Man, I thought it was $1,000.
Now you really want it.
No.
The problem is that this is like they call it like the deluxe or like the awesome kit or something like.
Well, that's what it is. They've got like 4 different levels of the kits.
Yeah, but there's only 2 for the mammoth. There's like the standard.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I don't think that's how it always was.
I think that I'm pretty sure
because there used to be like level 1, you got 3D printed arms.
Yes. Then the next level up,
2,
they were
it was
injection molded or something.
And then the last one was CNC machine.
Yeah. That's right. Okay, there were 3.
At least. They always have like 4 levels of every kit, which just seems
edition. Gypsy Roots just call it flagship. That's what it was.
Thank you. Yeah, that's, I don't know. I can't see it. And that's how a beautiful friendship began. Actually,
we were friends long before that.
Nicole and I were at an event, and Matt came up to me and asked for my autograph, as she recalls.
She's dead wrong. I didn't do that.
Do not call my wife a liar, sir.
Well, your wife should not lie so much. There were a lot of other people who looked like me there.
You know what? At an RC event, I think you're wrong.
What, you mean there wasn't anybody else wearing a button-up shirt?
You're the only one with the top button done
and a suit,
freshly cut and manicured hair, and house slippers on.
Good day to you, fair lady. Dost thou protest too much? I'm not like that. I was wearing a t-shirt. But I definitely did not ask you.
But it had a collar printed on it.
It was a tuxedo t-shirt. She may have misconstrued what maybe, and I'm not saying I didn't say it, but I'm pretty sure I didn't. I would never ask you for your autograph because I'll leave that up to people who actually like you. I tolerate you. I'm using you. I'm using you to my advantage, riding on your coattails. What I may have said was, Josh, could I get your autograph? And she thought that's just how I spoke.
That's just how Canadians talk. It's fine.
Oh, he sounds so sincere, but also extremely sarcastic. It's hard to tell which.
Dustin Hurst says, I've been told I'm your doppelganger, Josh. You know what? I'm like the easiest person to have a doppelganger or because I'm just like generic dark white guy with a hat. Like
it doesn't get more generic than Josh.
We went to a sportsman show here in Sacramento, and I was with Steve and Fast Eddie, and like they turned around and I wandered somewhere, and they said that they turned around and they both just like looked around and they're just like, oh God, they're all him. Like they're all just.
They all showed up here in a gladiator and.
Yeah, I'm basic white. Yeah, that's just.
So
mid-30s white guy with a beard.
I have to get this out before we end this show because it's been 6 days now since the winners were chosen for my 50K giveaway.
Yes.
Second prize has been claimed and has been shipped. Okay, so that was the John Claude Dam van. That's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to John H. for winning that. Bryson D. Bryson.
The grand prize winner.
The grand prize winner, Bryson D. I've sent him 2 emails now. No response.
Yes. And did you send the second email like I had suggested?
What was I supposed to say?
I was, saying like, hey, gonna redraw if you don't.
Yep. I said, because I just, here's you can't see his email. So there's the email. Right. Just letting you know that you won the SBG 50K giveaway. I'll need your address so I can send you this TRX4. Please respond soon, or I'll be forced to move on with another winner.
Did you give a deadline? You weren't that aggressive.
No, I wasn't that aggressive. One more email.
Yep, one more email with a deadline.
One more email with another deadline, and then we're moving on.
Right.
And this is great.
Hopefully I see the body for mine.
Slow Don.
At some point.
Slow Don goes, it's mine. I can be Bryson, but you spelled it wrong. So you can't be. So Bryson, if you're watching, this TRX4 could be yours. Just got to respond to the email.
Send him an email, give him a time limit.
And we're moving on.
Yep. That's and then draw again.
Yep.
I don't know how that works with
I'm sure it'll let me.
Yeah, I'm sure. Hopefully it will.
Yeah.
So I bet it's in his spam folder, Mike J says. It's a possibility. But spam folders are pretty, although that does sound like a kind of a spammy email. It has that type of, you're the winner. Send me your address and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. We'll see. Someone go to the basement and untie Bryson.
I was watching your live stream yesterday, and someone's like, Bryson, you're gonna have to get a hold of him on TikTok.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny because Bryson may have been born in the 2000s, so it's entirely possible.
Bryson, I mean, I'm sure his sister Nevaeh would love driving it as well. Is anybody in here related to a Nevaeh in any way? There's got to be at least one.
Is that a name?
Yeah, it's Heaven backwards.
Oh, no. No.
Someone in here knows somebody or related to somebody. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. 270 some people. There's got to be one. Oh, Lycos RC already. Boom. Right there. He says I do.
Wow. When was that popular?
That you should be able to Google it. My wife taught that. A friend's daughter, right there. I had 3 students with that name this year.
Holy shit! That's crazy.
Yep. Adam Tebbin's got a cousin. Kyle Tigers, he's got a cousin's kid.
I couldn't afford a car, so I named my daughter Alexis.
Yeah. Paxton went to high school with one.
Paxton.
Yeah, Paxton and his friend. Okay.
Nevaeh.
There was some good ones.
What is wrong with people?
Ultimate RC Adventures works with one. How have you never heard of this, Matt?
I've never heard of it. I guess it didn't catch on up north here.
It's just one of those things.
Vidjo's wife teaches kindergarten. She's had a few in the last few years.
Exactly. It's right there. That's oh my God. Jesse Schultz says, I knew I should have named my son Natus, which is Satan backwards.
Why even bother reversing it? They've got a Satan motor in this car over here.
Powered by Satan. Le Fonda. Yeah. Oh my God. So good.
Well, it's
8:05, man.
11 o'clock here in Canada land, so I think we'll wrap up episode 69. Josh, it's been an absolute pleasure.
We didn't get to the Scaly.
Damn it. We're supposed to talk about the Scalies.
It's okay.
All right. We'll come up. We'll do that episode 70. And
before next week. Next week's on Wednesday, we should do on Instagram. We'll put up questions for.
Yes.
Give your scaly category nominations. And then you and I will choose our winners.
Yep. That's a great idea. In fact, even if you want to start submitting them now, throw them in the comments after this is wrapped up.
Yeah, that would be a good one. Put them in the comments of this one. Actually, maybe we could just do that.
Yeah, everyone's still watching, presumably.
We'll do that. Put a comment after the video's over. Scaly category nominations.
Yes, please. Anything and everything goes.
Almost anything.
Almost.
Episode 69's over. So.
All right.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah, you
Much
guys
appreciated.
are awesome.
Got some people to thank.
Go ahead.
Gunnar Nissen, Quack RC, Brian Sherwood, Dale C, BT, Brett Hevner, Psycho 13 Garage, Chongy RC, Darwin Bonky, and Ravensdale RC. Thank you much, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Hit the like button before you leave.
Okay.
Matt.
Brent Hevner, thank you. Quack RC, Scale Custom Crawler, BT, Gunnar Nissen, Psycho 13 Garage, Chongy RC, Tom Wade, Chongy RC. Thanks, everybody. Much appreciated. What are you building on Friday, Josh?
Got a few options. So we'll see. I've got
all right. Way to
a front wheel drive car as a possibility. Never built one.
MO3?
Not a Tamiya. What?
Wow. Okay.
What?
Cool. What? What?
What?
What?
Anyway. All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Later,
See you next week.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.